Hi, my name is Keianna Harrison Williams. I'm the owner of Her Home Design and Her Home Design Build, and you're watching Link TV. Her Home Design is a full-service interior design and home staging firm. We specialize in remodeling, kitchen and bath design, interior design, interior decor, home furnishings. Did I say remodeling? We're a one-stop shop for all things home. So everything from floor to ceiling and the walls between, we can provide. Okay, so HER is not an acronym for anything. What we know about the real estate business is that 92% of all home buyers are women. Even if it's a man that ultimately writes the check, it's a woman that says, hey honey, stop the car, and this is my kitchen. And so we knew that our design business needed to be targeted to the woman who decides, this is my house, and hence the name HER. We believe every house needs a little of her to make it a home. So, I actually went to school for journalism and PR. I studied marketing communications, journalism, public relations, and I worked in that industry for a short time. Then I went to school and got a master's degree in applied behavioral science, which is a counseling-based sociology degree. Then I thought I wanted to teach, so I went back to school and got a PhD in sociology, and I don't use any of those degrees. However, the life skills that I learned through the formal education process, through going to school, and learning to show up on time, and learning to turn in projects when they're due, and learning to stick to deadlines, and learning budgeting and how to pay for school and pay for life, all of that stuff helped in how I run this business today. And though I now have an associate's degree in interior design, that formal education was priceless in getting us here where we are today. So Her Home Design actually started back in 2008 as Ideal Spaces. I was flipping houses with my kids' dad, and we were told by one of the realtors that we work with that we needed to stage the house in order for it to sell. Well, neither of us knew what staging was, and so we did a little research and we found out, okay, you put furniture in a house to make it look like somebody lives there, and it makes it easier for people to visualize themselves living in it. So we started staging our properties. I've flipped more than 100 properties since 2008. Along the way, I didn't like where the kids' dad was putting bathrooms in the houses. So I would go over to the house and I would redesign the house and move the bathroom as far away from the kitchen as I could possibly move it. After a while, he decided that I probably should go back to school and get another degree in design so that I didn't get us in trouble by moving the walls. So I did. I teamed up with a couple of partners, and my mom, who is our lead decorator, and my business partner, my dad, who is our CEO, and the smartest man I know. And we are blessed to have a team of 14 other designers, credentialed designers, and credentialed home stagers that work with us to get this job done. Entrepreneurship chose me. My parents are both entrepreneurs. My dad is a Grammy Award-winning musician. He instilled entrepreneurship in us, my sister and I, from a very young age. I've never really been good at working for someone else. I've always had a side hustle, even when I had a full-time job. So I went out on my own in 2015, full-time with Her Home Design, after being let go from a job I didn't know I was losing. I was called into the conference room one afternoon and told today was my last day because my department was being demolished, and I needed to go tell the rest of my staff that it was their last day too. And I decided at that moment that I wanted to control my own destiny going forward. And so God put me in the driver's seat of Her Home Design. The legacy that Her Home Design is going to leave for my sons. They are my why. The reason that I'm in business still, the reason that I wake up every morning and come through these doors is not for me, but it is for them. It is to leave behind a legacy for them to have something they can work in the business, they can own the business, they can sell the business, but this will be something that I am able to leave behind for them. My number one piece of advice is to get a mentor. Mentors are the plug. Mentors are the best thing that you could have in any industry, regardless of if you're in interior design, music, entertainment, if you're a baker, if you're whatever it is, get yourself a mentor. Someone who knows more about what you're doing than you. And not only just a mentor that's in your field, but an accounting mentor, a marketing mentor, a business mentor, all kinds of people. You need to surround yourself with all kinds of people who know more about this than you do and who are willing to share it and pour into you. That's my number one piece of advice. Man, I wish I knew how hard it was. People think that what we do is easy, and we make it look easy. It is not easy. It is not easy the way that we stage a house starts with research. When we get a call for somebody to ask us, to come out and stage, the first thing we do is we research what other houses around them have sold. We have to rely on the real estate team that also works for Her Home Design to give us comparable homes. We research those homes, we research the style of those homes and what was in those homes and how fast they sold and how many days on market there were. And then we develop a staging plan for the house. It's hard we have to coordinate our moving team and our moving trucks, and a lot of times we bring furniture to a house and we don't like it. So we have to take it all back out and bring more furniture back in. And I wish that somebody had told me that HGTV is the devil, because they make it look so easy, and it is not easy, it's very difficult. But the team is an expert team of folks who are really passionate about what they do, and that's why they make it look so easy, because it's a labor of love for them. Oh my God, I hope my husband's not watching. Not well. I'm a therapist in another life, and so I have a lot of coping skills that I have learned throughout the years from actual formal education of studying mental health counseling. However, running a business is very taxing on a personal relationship. A business, I always say, Her Home Design is a selfish heifer. She wants it all. She wants all my time and all my attention. And so does my husband, and so do my children. And so, I struggle in that area a lot. It is my family who is like, hey, you're working too much. And I am blessed to have a very strong support staff of folks who I can delegate tasks to, so I don't feel like I have to do everything. But it is very, very, very difficult to have work-life balance when you're an entrepreneur. So the business actually started out with just me and my mom. And we would put our staging stuff in our cars, and we'd be working till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Our first hire wasn't actually until 3 years into the business. We hired a design assistant first because it was difficult to do all the drawings and run the business day to day. From there, our second hire was a kitchen and bath designer. And then we kind of just grew from there. We have our own team of movers, and each of these positions has developed not because we wanted more staff, but out of necessity. So it was very difficult to be moving furniture. My mom is in her 60s, and I'm up there myself. I'm not going to disclose the age, but it was hard to be moving furniture around, so we hired movers. And every time God has blessed us with an increase, we have brought someone else on staff in order to bless them, be a blessing to the community, and to provide the absolute best service that we can provide. So we add positions as the need arises, as opposed to because we want less work. A lot of times I show up with my design team, and I am the only person of color in the room. And the client talks to the design team as if they are the owners of the firm. That happens to me 9 out of 10 times when I show up on a project. It has gotten to the point that it has become an inside joke for us to see if the person is going to talk to one of the Megans about the money or talk to me about the money. And again, 90% of the time, they talk to them and not me. So yeah, it's been an interesting, I'm a Black woman, yeah, I own this business, yes, I did this conversation and journey along the way, for sure. Representation is very important in business because I feel like it's very, very important for folks to know that they can chart their own course in life. You can choose to work for someone else, or you can choose to work for yourself. Either path that leads to success is the right path for you. But it's very important to be able to see people of color and minorities in both doing well in both those journeys. So my sons are 6 and 9. They both want to be entrepreneurs because they see their parents as entrepreneurs. But one of my sons decided he wants to be a dancer and a police officer. So he might have a W-2 and a side gig, and I'm perfectly fine with all of that. I just am glad that he can see people who look like him as leaders of companies in both directions. You can follow our social media. We're Her Home Design Store, and Her Home Design Build on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our website is www.herhomedesign.com and herhomedesignstore.com. We now have a new retail store opening up Friday, July 2nd, where people can come in and shop and buy things, all things home decor and gifts. The store is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 6:30 and every other Saturday from 10 to 2. So it's really, really easy to stay connected to Her Home Design. We're right here on the west side, on the northwest side at 72nd and Georgetown Road.